The same thing that I just did by pointing and clicking, I could do by writing the formula into a cell. So to tell Excel that I want to create a formula, I press the equal sign. Then instead of pointing and clicking at the 6525, I notice that that's cell D4, so I type in D4, and then I say plus, actually times, asterisk, okay, E4. So I type it in, and then I point and click at the check mark. So I get exactly the same result. So you could type in the formula, you could point and click. I find that pointing and clicking is going to generate less errors in your work, because sometimes when you have a big large spreadsheet, figuring out which cell you're pointing to, it's a little difficult. So if you just point and click at it, Excel will write it for you. Now, I mentioned before that when you work with Excel and you create a formula is a set of instructions that you tell Excel to execute for you. Now, what we did in here was that we never wrote 1337.625. We wrote a formula that said take whatever is in D4 and multiply that by E4. Now, the formula in here doesn't really say take whatever is in D4. It says take whatever is twice to the left, 2 cells to the left, and multiply that by whatever is once to the left. Now, if I go down to the next cell and I write the formula using the instructions that I just gave, which say formula equals sign, then you say take whatever is once, twice to the left, okay, and you point at it, and you say multiply that, asterisk, and you go back to where you started from, times whatever is once to the left, and enter. You realize that you're basically writing the same set of instructions as you go down the line. So I go back to here, down to here, and now I say formula, go twice to the left, and multiply that by whatever is once to the left, enter. Formula, go twice to the left, and multiply by whatever is once to the left, enter. Now, since the instructions are the same, we can take shortcuts. Now what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to select this group of cells and I'm going to delete them, and I'm just going to leave the first formula that I wrote. Now when you write a formula, you're writing a set of instructions. You could tell Excel to copy the instructions, not the formula, not the results themselves. So if you point at the bottom right hand corner of the cell that holds the instructions, that hold the formula, you get the data fill. I'm going to call this the copy option. So if you point in here and you click and drag it down, you're copying the instructions inside the first cell, and as you go down, okay, you select the range of cells that you would like that formula to be copied to, and then you let go, and now it copied the instructions here. So if I look at the last cell in here, it doesn't read, okay, D4 times E4. It says whatever is twice to the left, which is D12, times whatever is once to the left, which is E12. So that's how you can copy formulas in a spreadsheet. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is to calculate the federal tax. So I'm going to click at the cell where I want the answer, and then I'm going to put the equal sign. And then if you look at page 75 of the book, they give you the formulas that need to be entered in here. So they say that the federal tax is 0.22 times, then you open parentheses, the gross pay minus the dependents times 24.32, close parentheses. Now, if you remember from your math, you know that anything that is written inside parentheses is done first. Then you're going to be calculating multiplications and divisions, and then once those are calculated, then you go into the addition and subtraction. So in here, what I'm going to do is type in the formula. So I say 0.22, then times the asterisk, I open parentheses, and I say take the gross pay. So I point and click at the gross pay, which is F4, minus, so I put the minus sign, okay, the dependence, okay, which is the number here, C4, times asterisk 24.32, close parenthesis. Now you need to make sure that you close the parenthesis. So this parenthesis closing here closes this opening parenthesis. Now in mathematical terms, multiplications will be done first within the parentheses. So first Excel is going to calculate these two numbers, and then it's going to take this minus whatever result is in here, and then take the whole thing and multiply it by 0.22. So now I click the check mark, and it says that the answer is 288.9271.